Hello, welcome back to English with Hamdard. This is the channel in English language. I'm teaching English language to you all. So in this video, I'm going to teach you simple past tense, not the details and not all the usages, just the structure and the formation, how to form a sentence into simple past tense. So let's get to the lesson and let's start the lesson. Simple past tense. What is simple past tense? Simple past tense, it is used to show an action that happened and completed or finished in a specific time in the past, as we have written on the board that it says finished actions in a specific time. The time is clear in the past and the time is clear. So it means that those events or those things or those actions that they happen in the past and the time is clear now, or in the past we have done something or we did something in a clear time in the past, that would be simple past tense. And we can form simple past tense with the structures that we have written here in the board. And the structure is that we have subject in the beginning of the sentence, and then we have the second form of the verb, and then the complement. So this is a very simple structure, but in this structure, we can divide the structure into two types. That we have to-be verbs in simple past tense and also ordinary verbs in simple past tense. So the to-be verbs that we have in simple past tense, they are like was and were. Was and were. So in these two types of to-be verbs, they can be used differently in simple past tense. Like we have I, he, she, and it. These singular subject pronouns, they can be used with was, and the plural subject pronouns can be used with were, like you, we, and they. For example, you can say I was, he was, she was, it was. And you can say that you were, we were, and they were. We can also have the example that we have written, or I have written on the board here. Ahmad was at the gym last night. See, the time is clear. Ahmad is the subject of this sentence, and was is the to-be verb. And it is the second form of the verb. The base form of this to-be verb is. So we have Ahmad is in the present time. We can say that Ahmad is, for example, at home right now. Ahmad is in the class right now. But in the past tense, we can change is to was and say that Ahmad was at the gym last night. The time is clear when it was last night that Ahmad was at home or at the gym. So the time is clear. And then beside that, how can you change this sentence into negative and questions? To be verb, it is used to change a sentence to negative and questions, both of them in the simple past tense. As you see that he was not, and the short form or contracted form of this was not can be wasn't at home last night. See that we have was not as the negative form of the verb, to be verb was. And in questions, you can bring the to be verb was in the beginning of the sentence. Was he at work this morning? Another different sentence for question, so that you can say that was he at work this morning? Again, we have that clear time expression here in this sentence as well. And you can add also the WH questions or informative questions that we can have. We can say that where was he after school? You can answer this question in simple past tense as well. Where was he after school? You can say that he was at the soccer field, or you can say that he was in cinema, or we can say that at the theater after school. So, and the second part that we have, in the second part, it is ordinary verbs. Ordinary verbs, it means verbs that they can be normal, or verbs that they can be the principal verbs, not the auxiliaries. The ordinary verbs can be divided into two different categories, that we have regular and irregular ones. Regular ones are those types of verbs that they can have some rules and regulations, and they can form their past and past participle forms by adding, we can use d, ed, or ied to the base form of the verb to change them to a past or past participle forms. So as we have the example, like live, lived, play, played, study, studied. So, and the second part that we have is irregular forms. Irregular verbs are those types of verbs that they can form their past and past participle forms by changing their forms. They have no specific rules or they have no specific regulations. As you can see the example, go becomes what? Went. And have becomes had. See becomes saw. This is a bit different. And in the next video, I'm going to teach you the difference between regular and also irregular verbs. So in this video, I'm just gonna teach you the forms, the formation, and also the structure of simple past tense. As you can see the example, he played soccer after school. He played soccer after school. it means that it is kind of a simple verb, something that happened in the past, and the time expression is after school. We have after school as a time phrase here. So he is the subject of this sentence, and played is the second form of the verb again we have. But this verb is a bit different. Here in this sentence we had to be verbs, and in this one we have a principal or ordinary verb. That this one is a regular verb, we have added ed to the verb to change to a past form or past second form of the verb. And you can change these types of examples or these types of sentences, the sentences in simple past tense with regular and irregular verbs. You can add like the examples did and also didn't. Did and didn't. So when you want to change a sentence to negative form, you can add did and not with each other. We can say that he did not or he didn't go to the theater. He played soccer. He didn't or he did not go. He did not or he didn't go to the theater. See, this is a simple past, a negative structure, a negative example. And in questions, you can also bring did in the beginning. You can use did to change a sentence to a question form in simple past tense. But we have a doublet question word here as well, that we can say that, when did you see him today? It means that, when did you see him today? So this simple past tense and the structure of simple past tense, you can form simple past tense by these two structures that we have, to be verbs and ordinary verbs. And that's all about simple past tense in this video. And for more videos, please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Goodbye.